Omni Homestead Resort is the oldest resort in America. Dates back to pre-Revolutionary War. It is nestled in the beautiful mountains, drew people because of the hot springs in the area and for their medicinal qualities. So you have this Zen experience, but with this very formal structure. The resort as you know it today was built around 1902, so it's an extremely historic building. It was a big endeavor that Omni took on in order to bring the resort back to its original glory. It needed a refresh, but the bones are there and the history is there, and we want to celebrate that. So that really was the inspiration. It's a once-in-a-lifetime project to be able to work on something with that much history and gravitas. We were really able to bring life into some of these spaces that had just fallen by the wayside. And there's lots of really formal, beautiful spaces. There's many function spaces with original crystal chandeliers, and they're beautiful and I love those spaces, but it's the more casual spaces where people just land sometimes that feel special to me, because I feel like we really did a good job of activating every square foot. It's a huge privilege, and it comes with quite a bit of nerves as a designer, because when you are dealing with multi-generational resorts, so many families and people have very strong special memories, and you don't want to destroy anything that they are particularly fond of. It makes the design task a lot trickier, because you really have to balance new with old and really think about what makes that place special. When you walk into the space, there's the grand hall. The original structure burned down in the late 1800s, and so the new building in 1902 opened at the grand hall, was the first part that opened, which is really your lobby space. It's a beautiful high-ceilinged space with fireplaces and lots of areas for living and lounging and reading. And it's actually populated all day long. It has a real residential, comfortable appearance and feel when you walk in. Well, one of the details I love the most is the carpet that we developed for the Great Hall. And it is inspired by trees and florals and birds. So every leaf, every flower, every butterfly, every bird is specifically native to Virginia. We were able to work with Schumacher, classic American fabric company, and we used one of their quintessential chintzes, hollyhock chintz, and it's used in every guest room on the drapery and the bed skirt. And there's not a lot of hotels you can go to where you can get away with the amount of floral and whimsy and tradition. So many hotels these days are kind of just a neutral box. And while that works in certain areas, it would be such a waste at the homesteads, where you have the opportunity to create something so special, so bespoke, and so particular to the place. The story being told through the interiors really is coming to your mountain home and coming to this beautiful, stately place that you've come to for a retreat. We had a great design team. We had Omni's a fantastic owner. They are so invested in their properties. So they not only own it, but they operate it. We were in communication all the time, working together to make sure that every detail was what it should be. It was just really nice at the end when everybody was so pleased with the outcome. When you're doing a renovation of this scale, I mean, things are coming up left and right, things you never could have foreseen. It's an enormous undertaking, so we're all working together for the common goal of designing the best resort in America. Not just the first, but the best. Anytime you undertake something like this, you could walk away really quickly if you weren't passionate, because it is really overwhelming. This sheer scale, I think, would scare off a lot of people. But I think if you love history and you love design, this is your playground. I think this project really reflects what we do best at Wimberly Interiors, which is to be great listeners to our clients and really dive deep into what makes our properties special, what gives them heart, what their story is. And sometimes that's creating stories, and in this case, it's celebrating a story.